Hey everybody, this is mini concert number 113, lucky number 113. First song tonight is was one that I played recently at an outdoor festival recently, right over here, right down there actually, and the fellow that was running the booth had never heard the song before because he was not from this country, and he said it made him smile. So he asked me to come play it at his open mic a little later in the week. And I did. I hope it'll make you smile. Well, a long time ago when the earth was green, there were more kinds of animals than you've ever seen. They ran around free while the earth was being born, and the loveliest of all was the unicorn. There were green alligators and long-necked geese, monkey-backed camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants as sure as you're born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn. Well, the Lord saw some sinning and it caused him pain. He said, "Stand back, gonna make it rain." He said, "Hey, brother Noah, I'll tell you what to do. Build you a floating zoo. I get some green alligators and long-necked geese, monkey-backed camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants as sure as you're born. Don't you forget the unicorns." Well, Noah was there to answer the call. He finished up the ark as the rain began to fall. And then he marched in the animals 2 by 2 and called out as they went through. I got some green alligators and long-necked geese, monkey-backed camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants as sure as you're born, but I couldn't find the unicorn. Well, Noah looked out through the driving rain. Unicorns are laughing and playing silly games, laughing and playing while the rain was falling. Oh, them silly unicorns. He had green alligators and long-necked geese, monkey-backed camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants as sure as you're born, but he didn't have any unicorns. Well, the ark started moving, it drifted with the tide. Unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried, but then the water came down and floated them away. So you won't see a unicorn today. You'll see green alligators and long-necked geese, monkey-backed camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants as sure as you're born. You're never gonna see a unicorn. That's obviously the unicorn. Next up is an old Irish tune, first heard it done by the Clancy Brothers, but I also heard a version done by the Kingston Trio. They called their version "Take Her Out of Pity." This one is slightly more upbeat than that. Well, I've often heard it said, "Find me father and me mother. Going to a wedding is the makings of another. Now if this be true, then I'll go without a bidding. Oh, fine Providence, won't you take me to a wedding? And it's all dear me. How can it be that I die an old maid in the Garret? I cook. Well, I can cook and I can sew, keep the house right tidy, rise up in the morning to get the breakfast ready. There's nothing in this whole world that keeps me so cheery. Not the wee fat man who would call me his own dearie, and it's all dear me. How can it be that I pretty or good looking. Scarcely 16, and about as she was courting. Now she's 21, with 2 sons and a daughter. Here am I at 43, and I never had an offer, and it's all dear me. How can it be that I die an old maid in the garret? Well, come landsman or come kinsman, tinker or come tailor, come doctor or lawyer, soldier or a sailor, come a rich man, a poor man, a fool or witty, come any man at all that would marry me for pity, and it's all dear me. How can it be that I die an old maid in the garret? So now I'm away home, nobody's feeding, nobody's feeding, poor Annie's bleeding. I'm away home to my own wee bit garret. If I can't find a man, well, I'll have to buy a parrot, and it's all dear me. How can it be that I die an old maid in the garret? Dear me, how can it be that I die an old maid in the garret? So that is the Old Maid in the Garret. You know how every family's got an oddball? Well, if it wasn't for my Uncle Walter, that would be me. And this is the song about him.
It might be you anyway.
Pardon?
It might be you anyway.
Could be me anyway, yeah. He's a little odd, but then I'm a little odd too. Well, I walked upstairs in the middle of the night. I tiptoed in and I turned on the light, but to my surprise, there was no one in sight. My Uncle Walter goes waltzing at night. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears, raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, we bought Uncle Walter a new coat to wear, and when he came in, it was covered with hair. Lately I've noticed several new tears. I'm afraid Uncle Walter's still waltzing with bears. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears, raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, we told Uncle Walter that he should be good and do everything that we say he should, but I think he'd rather be off in the woods. I'm afraid we might lose Uncle Walter for good. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears, raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, we begged and we pleaded, oh please, won't you stay? At last he agreed to stay home for a day, but the bears all barged in and they took him away. Now he's waltzing with pandas, you can't understand. stand us. The bears all demand at least one waltz a day. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears. Braggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears. Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear too. There's Yogi and Boo Boo and Winnie the Pooh. He loves to go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing. He loves to go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Yes, he loves to go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing. He loves to go waltzing, waltzing with bears. So that is Waltzing with Bears, and it's about my uncle Walter Brown, actually. Walter Brown. I know Ron will enjoy that. Next up is a song by a couple of guys by the name of Paul and Art. I think Genevieve says she might play this with me someday. Sorry, I'm mumbling in my beard. Just a poor boy, my story's seldom told. I've squandered my existence on a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, till a man hears what he wants to hear, disregards the rest, and he disregards the rest. When I left my home and family, I was no more than a boy, in the company of strangers, in the quiet of a railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poor quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. La la la, la la la. Asking only workman's wages, I come looking for a job, get no offers. Just to come on from the girls on 7th Avenue. I do declare, there were times I was so lonesome that I took some comfort there. Yes, I took some comfort there. Well, now I'm laying out my winter clothes, wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters are leading me, going home. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove laid him down or cut him, till he cried out his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Yes, the fighter still remains. Lie, 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 lie. Well, the years are rolling by me, they are rocking evenly. I am older than I once was, but younger than I'll be, that's not unusual. Oh, it's not strange, after changes upon changes, we are more or less the same. After changes, we are more or less the same.
Boxer. Next up is a Peter, Paul and Mary song. Peter Yarrow borrowed this song from his college roommate 20, 30 years after he'd written it. And he's still paying royalties to the fellow today. And the name of the roommate was Leonard Lipton.
Up the magic dragon lived by the sea, and he frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper, well, he loved that rascal Puck, and he brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Well, together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow before they came. Noble ships would roll their name. Puff roared out his name. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea, and he frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea, and he frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Well, a dragon lives forever, and not so little boys. Painted wings and giant strings give way to other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff that mighty dragon ceased his fearless roar. Well, his head was bent in sorrow, wings scales fell like rain. Puff no longer came to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff that mighty dragon slipped into his cave. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea, and he frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea, the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
So that is Puff the Magic Dragon. And according to the author and the people that sang it, has nothing to do with marijuana at all. So next up is one of the favorites from the Irish pubs, very similar to a couple of other ones we did earlier, like the Unicorn. This one is written by a fellow that was from Dublin, moved away to make his fortune, did well, came back. He didn't like what he saw, so he wrote a song about it.
Based on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the past and tales and glories that once was Dublin town. The hallowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rhymes, was once a part of Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. be. By trade I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy, as my house was lost to progress, my trade's a memory. Well, I courted Peggy Diamond, Percy as you please, but a rogue and child of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost her to a student chap. His skin was black as coal, and when he took her off to Birmingham, she took away his soul. Ring a ring, Rosie, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. Well, the years have made me bitter, the gargle dims me brain, and Dublin keeps on changing, and nothing seems the same. The pillar and the net are gone, the royal long since torn down, as that grey unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. So farewell, sweet Alibi, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages rise up along the quay. My head's too full of memories, too old to learn new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a ring, Rosie, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. So that's Dublin in the rare old times, and that's mini concert number 113. We've got 2 or 3 more to go before I'm going to have to miss a week because we want to be out of town. Hope to see you next week, Wednesday night, 7:30 for number 114.